back. Pretty eventful week 16, James. Um, I don't even know where to start. There was a lot happening, but I'll go ahead and start with the game of the week, which involved my Packers.
Sure.
Um, Holy shit was the only words I have to describe. You can't even see me. I didn't realize the sun was
Yeah, it's better.
All right. Like holy shit. I mean, that was such an by far I think the most impressive win of Matt LaFleur's coaching era. His best win for sure. But all season, all week, all I heard was Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry. Packers defense ain't got a shot. I myself thought we didn't have a shot.
I didn't say he didn't have a shot, but I did think he was going to have a much better game than he did.
And I'll be honest, when the snow started falling, I started getting nervous. I wasn't that nervous about the game, but once the snow started falling, I'm like, man, it's probably going to come down to 2 run games, and you probably have to give the edge. You have to give the edge to Derrick Henry in that. And Green Bay just punched Tennessee in the mouth. Held Derrick Henry to under 100 rushing yards, no touchdowns, only I think 4.2 yards per carry. And I had said leading up to the game that Green Bay's run defense was a lot better. No one was really talking about it. Take away David Montgomery's 57-yard run a few weeks ago, and Ryan Tannehill's run Sunday. They're allowing only about 95 rushing yards per game. So it's getting better. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's getting better at least. Kind of like it's reminiscent a little bit of what the Chiefs did last year. Their defense stunk, and then kind of got played better. Wasn't great. Wasn't even great during that postseason stretch, but was playing to a caliber it took to win. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'll go ahead and throw in my final thoughts here. Sunday's win was not just a great win for Green Bay or for Matt LaFleur. It was a huge win for Green Bay's front office, who has taken a lot of shit this past year for the way it drafted, for the way it handled free agency, and Sunday night, who led the game in rushing? A.J. Dillon, the rookie A.J. Dillon, who I will say, even though he hasn't played much this year, I expected that to happen because he was behind Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams, who are proven veterans, know the system better than him. I didn't have a problem with it. But there was zero doubt in my mind, that A.J. Dillon was going to be a stud in Green Bay. I didn't care for the pick, but I knew he was going to be good. He's just born, he's from Connecticut or Massachusetts, played at Boston College. He knows what it's like. Oh, puppy dog.
Sorry.
He knows what it's like to run the ball in the cold. I thought he was a great fit for Green Bay. And my friends have shit on me all year for Green Bay drafts terribly. Well, A.J. Dillon just rushed for 100 yards, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Although, also, it's getting to the point with the 2020 draft class with Green Bay. I said when it happened, if Jordan Love hits, it doesn't matter. It's getting to the point. It may not matter if Jordan Love hits at all because the rest of the classes look good.
No, that's awesome. It looks like your GM is doing well in later rounds, which is always a great sign of a good, a GM. So
we've always been pretty good at that.
Yep.
I mean, think about the guys we've drafted in 4th, 5th rounds. Like David Bakhtiari is obviously the big one, 4th round pick. Aaron Jones was a 5th round pick. Jamal Williams was a 4th round pick. Even guys who weren't on the roster anymore, like Micah Hyde was a 5th round pick, who's now a Pro Bowl caliber player. I don't understand why we let him go. That was Ted Thompson's front office. In my opinion, that was one of the 2 biggest mistakes he made. We've always done a pretty good job, and like I said, this class is off to a good start. Kamal Martin, our 5th round pick, has played well. Isaiah Deguara, our 3rd round pick, before he tore up his knee, was playing well. Not to mention that this Brian Gutekunst GM drafted Jair Alexander, who's I would say a top 5 corner right now.
I definitely would.
Do you think, I was thinking about this, that was a very good DB class, and Denzel Ward was considered the favorite. I think Jair Alexander's better than him.
I do, but I do think Denzel Ward is pretty damn good.
Too. Oh, he is. He is, for sure.
I just think Jair Alexander's a little rangier than him.
Yeah. And then 2019, Rashawn Gary, basically a red shirt. He took a red shirt year. We needed to mold his body from being an interior defensive lineman to being an edge rusher. He slimmed down. Rashawn Gary played not just him, Darnell Savage too, played hell of a game on Sunday Night Football. Rashawn Gary tackled Derrick Henry quite a few times, either around the line of scrimmage or just for a 2 or 3 yard gain. Had a great game. Darnell Savage had a pick. Should have had 2. These dudes are balling out. Eldon Jenkins, our second round pick from last year, made the Pro Bowl. Like, I'm tired of my friends trying to tell me Green Bay can't draft well. So now we shift gears.
Who, you're Giants fan?
All of them, yes.
Man. I mean, nobody's worse at drafting than Philly, so he can make fun of me. But
so he also said Philadelphia drafts better than Green Bay. I was like, I encourage you to look past this year.
Dude, Philadelphia is the worst drafting team in the league.
So anyway, so now the gears have shifted with my friends, and I want to make fun of them as much as possible because I've bided my time for this moment. I've bided my time. I've kept my mouth shut. While they said all their fun for the last 16 games, Green Bay's not that good. Green Bay's not that good. Okay, that's fine. Now we beat Tennessee, who's a good team. Now for Chicago, we got to win to get home field. And my friend who's a Saints fan hates that I'm so confident right now. He hates it. Well, because I think he thought they were the best team in the NFC.
No.
Before the season started, I mean, he hated that we got the better of them in week 3, and now that we're on the verge of clinching home field, he's trying to make me nervous. He tried to get in my head earlier this week and said, because I was in the fantasy football championship in our league and I lost, and if I had played Myles Gaskin and Tom Brady, I probably would have won. And I didn't. I kept them on my bench. And he said, "Does it make you upset that if you had played it right, you could have won the championship?" I said, "No, because Green Bay won. That's all that matters." And he was like, "Well, you still got to win this week to get home field." I was like, "Bro, Aaron Rodgers is 9-1 in Soldier Field since 2011. I am not worried about it."
They are hot at a crazy, weird time. But, yeah, I wouldn't worry about Mitch Trubisky. At the end of the day, it is Mitch Trubisky versus Aaron Rodgers, even though there is, whatever.
By the way, if people listening, if you hear the banging, my mom's having work done on the house, new flooring, so they've been banging for 2 days now. Anyway, yeah, I'm with you. We can talk about this later in the preview, but I'm not worried about the Bears. The Bears are playing well. I'll give them credit that, all right, you're better. After what I just saw from Green Bay, I don't see any way they go into Chicago and lose. They don't have to play like they did against Tennessee to win, but if they just played an okay game, they'll beat Chicago.
Yeah, I agree.
And Sunday night, last thing I'll say about Green Bay, Sunday night was just a preview of what Lambeau's going to be like in the playoffs, because Tampa Bay is a warm weather team. New Orleans is a warm weather team and a dome team. The Rams are a warm weather team. Seattle's the only one that I would argue is cold weather. But even then, Seattle's not really cold. It's more moderate. Depending on who comes out of the NFC East, it's not Philly, which we can get to in a bit. The Giants likely aren't making it. Washington could, which is cold weather, I suppose. And then if Dallas wins, that's cold, or that's warm weather.
No, the Giants have just as good of a chance as Dallas.
So let's go to the NFC East. We'll cut it out with my Packers. NFC East. So your Eagles, you got your wish. The Eagles are done, officially done. What's the scenario? Washington has to beat Philly and they clinch.
If Washington wins, they're in.
Okay.
If Washington loses, the winner of the Dallas and Giants game is in.
I don't think that's an easy game. You made it seem like Giants have a chance.
All I'm saying is, if the Giants beat Dallas...
Well, true.
All that has to happen is Philly has to beat Washington, and since Philly should lose this game, they'll win. That's just how they are. I'm telling you right now.
I'll be honest. I think Philly is going to beat Washington. This is setting up for Dallas to win the division. I said it last week, James.
They are, man.
And I'm secretly cheering for Dallas because I know they're gonna go into this with the 4th seed. They might, and they are playing well. They might pull off an upset in the wild card round.
I would like Dallas to win and just get the first place schedule on the shittier draft.
Yes, I was leading up to that. They'll get in the playoffs. They'll maybe even pull off an upset in the first round if they play Tampa Bay. I don't think that's impossible. They're playing really well right now. I know they've kind of played shitty teams, but they're playing well. Where was I going with this? Oh, you got the whole Dak situation and his contract. Andy Dalton's playing well. What does the organization do?
I mean, I think they're just going to sign Dak.
I do too. But then you're stuck with the 19th pick, or maybe even a pick in the 20s. This is why I'm secretly cheering for Dallas, because I want Dallas to make the playoffs, not re-sign Dak. Then they're stuck with the 19th pick and can't move up to get a quarterback, or they have to take the 5th or 6th best quarterback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would love for Dak to leave Dallas. I hope they don't re-sign him because then I can like him.
I mean, I don't dislike Dak.
No, I don't either. It's just the fact that he's a Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I just don't want him to go somewhere that'll go to the AFC.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I just don't want a team that's marginal to get potentially really good.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about with Kirk Cousins, and I shouldn't really worry. But when Kirk Cousins left for Minnesota, I was like, shit.
Yeah, like in the back of your head.
Yeah, I was like, well, shit. That was the last piece of the puzzle for them, we thought. And then now it's been 3 years, and they've kind of been mediocre. But,
they just plateaued, that's all.
And I think it would be roughly the same thing with Dak, depending on where he went. If you left Dallas, do they go over the top? No. Are they a playoff team? Probably.
Yeah.
What else happened?
But, I mean, back to... Dude, listen... If the Eagles lose this week and a couple other teams win, they could potentially have the 3rd pick in the draft. Dude, just go for it.
They could, couldn't they?
Dude, this is exactly what I want. I want them to get up to this 3rd pick.
You want Sewell.
No, I don't.
No, you don't?
Dude, we have 3 really good tackles.
Okay, all right, my bad.
One, in theory, is just a first-round pick. He actually sucks. One of them is Jordan Mailata, and the other one's Lane Johnson. We're good on tackles. Even though you have to obviously consider taking a generational talent at tackle.
That's what I'm saying.
You could trade Lane Johnson for
move someone inside or something.
But so what I want them to do, this would be dream scenario. They get that 3rd pick. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Jets take Sewell.
Okay.
Jets don't take a QB.
Okay, we can talk about that in a bit.
Somebody really wants Justin Fields and trades Philly a lot of shit, and then Philly can actually fill some goddamn holes and be good again next year, really.
Have you noticed, though, since that Wentz-Goff draft, they haven't really given up a ton of picks to go up and get
it. It doesn't need to be a ton.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a ton. I know they're not going to get 2 first.
I have thought about this. The trend has shifted. It's not give up the farm to get this 1 pick. It's because the people trading up all of a sudden now have the leverage. They're take what we give you, or because a lot of teams do want to trade back. I do firmly believe that.
Exactly, but I think they could get if a team sitting at 7, whoever that might be, wants to move up to 3 and get the quarterback, like the Falcons or something like that. They think Justin Fields coming back to Georgia, whatever, and they're like, all right, we'll give you. Obviously we'll swap picks in the 1st. We'll give you this year's 2nd, next year's 2nd, or just something like that. I know they're not going to get the farm, but something like that, dude, that would be huge, especially if they actually got a real talent evaluator in the building who could draft. Because I still don't think the Eagles, this. Maybe this is just me talking stupid, but I watch every snap. They're not that far away, dude. Their offensive line is going to be good next year, period. It doesn't even matter if Jason Kelce retires. They have, 7 good linemen as long as they're not all hurt. But they can pretty much use work everywhere else except running back and tight end. They need wide receivers. Jalen Hurts is going to be good. Hopefully they pick him. But they need a bunch of picks, dude. We need to get some pass rushers. We need some corners. We need some linebackers. They need to just go defense, to be honest with you, and wide receiver. Because the rest of the offense is going to be fine as long as people stay healthy. Giants are terrible. They're one of those teams that's just going to sit in that 3rd and 4th spot for a long time. Because they're in my opinion, even though they're ahead of the Eagles right now, behind the Eagles just in terms of what they have going on and everything like that. The Redskins are a quarterback away because they actually have a
football
coach
team.
I know Snyder is like terrible, and it's really hard to like go over the top because of Snyder, and I get that. But Ron Rivera with a quarterback and that defensive line, it can win like 10, 11 games every year. Dallas is Dallas. I mean, players are always going to want to go there and shit. I think they're going to be good next year. I don't think they're going to be great. They're still going to be like that 8-8, 9-17, maybe 10.
It's going to be more of the same from
exactly
McCarthy,
this. Let me put it this way: unless something like crazy, like Wentz to the Redskins or something like that big, I think the rest of this division's still going to be pretty bad next year. Obviously, I think they'll be like maybe a 10 win team or something, but it's just going to be a bad team. Bad.
This is crazy that this has to. It feels like every 2 weeks we come on here and we give a new favorite to win the division.
Yeah.
A month and a half ago, it was Philly. Then we shifted to probably the Giants.
The Giants.
Then recently we both were like, it's going to be Washington.
Yeah.
Now it feels like we're both kind of split. But now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think it's going to be Dallas.
I do think Dallas is going to beat the Giants.
Yeah.
And it's really going to – that's why they flex. People were like, oh, why'd they flex this game this Sunday night? It's like, dude, it's not a good game at all, but it's an important game. Like, the winner of that game, Washington's winning in. If Philly wins, it's going to be whoever won that game earlier in the afternoon. So
I would rather see these two teams play. Philly's playing better. Washington's all right. Then Giants and Dallas. Giants aren't playing well right now. Dallas is playing well, but
the thing is, like, listen, the NFL likes to put NFC East games in prime time, just like they like to put Packers games in prime time. They're blue blood franchises. Everybody watches them from everywhere. They have fans everywhere.
Like those four, the entire NFC East, and I would even argue Chicago and Green Bay. Have massive followings.
Oh, no, absolutely. And obviously, like, the Steelers.
Yes.
But, like, dude, like, I don't care how good the Titans and the Cardinals are. I don't care if they're both undefeated 8-0 teams. Like, they don't have fan bases. Maybe if you go to that, like, if you go to Tennessee and you go to Arizona, maybe. But, like, they're not pools. So, no matter how shitty the Cowboys are going to be on primetime five times a year.
Yeah, it's...
And if they're good, they're going to play half their games in primetime. Same with Philly. When Philly was good, the year after the Super Bowl, Philly played like 7 primetime games.
Yeah, that's what happens. Let's talk about the big game Saturday night, Miami, Las Vegas. Talk about wild. We both picked Miami, and I was totally content with. Looked like the Vegas was going to win. They drove down the field. So let's talk about this. The goal line shit. I texted you. I think we're both in agreement. I'm sick and tired of people trying to tell me that you shouldn't score a touchdown when, like, you're trying to burn clock. Yes.
Why do they do that? They're, like, sitting there like, oh,
I can get that. I can get that if it was you just needed a field goal.
Yeah.
I could get that. That's the old school extra point. You're a yard away, whatever. I could buy that. But a touch, like... Especially with a chance, like, if you're down 1 or something. I forget, what was the scenario? They wanted to kick a field goal? Was that the deal? I don't even remember.
I don't even remember, but obviously we see this all the time where, like, players will fall before the end zone.
Yes.
And, like, I see the logic in it, but I still think it's significantly more logical to score. I don't care.
Like, I agree.
If you're up, like, let's say you're up 2, and you're like, all right, like, we don't want to give them the ball back or whatever, but it's like, dude, if you score and kick the extra point, you're up 9. Like,
yeah, exactly. The game's over. I remember this was way back a few weeks ago. Houston was playing Cleveland, and Cleveland won the game, I think, 10-7 or something like that. And Cleveland ran the ball. I think it was Nick Chubb. Had a breakaway down the sideline. No one was going to tackle him. Chance to score, making a 2-possession game with like 2 minutes left. He elects to go down right before the goal line, burn the clock. Again, I get the logic, but 2-possession game?
Especially against a bad team.
Yeah.
That, like, hasn't scored. Dude, they haven't had 2 scoring drives all day.
I seriously do get that logic. If you're up 1 and you're facing Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, I totally get that. Go down, burn clock, get them as much time as, or you want to give them as less or whatever the phrase, as less time as possible, because, likely they will get the ball back. But this scenario, I believe Vegas was kicked a field goal to go up 25-20. What was the final score? 26-25. So they kicked a field goal to go up 25-23. They were down 23-22. You score a touchdown, it's 27-22. Right? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
No. Sorry. 22-23. Score a touchdown. It's 29-23.
Yeah.
That's 6 points. Go for 2. It's a 7-point game.
Yeah. I don't get it. No,
I don't either. Go for
maybe there's, because obviously all these teams use a shitload of analytics now. Maybe the analytics say different, but just logically, I'm just like, dude.
I disagree with that.
Yeah,
I disagree.
I agree.
They're giving you points.
Yeah. Take them.
Take them. Yes.
Yeah, like, dude, especially when you start looking at the stats of, like, if you score over a certain amount of points, you win a certain percentage of games. It's like, dude, if you score another 7 points and you score 35 here, if you only had 28, now you're at, like, dude, your chances of winning that game are stupid high. Like, you're probably going for, like, I don't get it, dude. I would coach like you know, Andy Reid does. Like, dude, they go. Like, I'm scoring. Like, I'm scoring again, and I'm scoring again, and I'm scoring again. I trust my quarterback.
If you are giving me an opportunity to take the lead with a touchdown and not a field, like in this instance, a field goal still beats you.
Yeah, exactly. Worst case scenario.
What are we talking? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? A field goal still beats you. I don't care how much time's on the clock. Take the touchdown. You know how much harder it is to get a touchdown in this league than a field goal?
Dude, some teams can't score touchdowns at all, i.e. the fucking Philadelphia Eagles.
Like I don't get, I can't wrap my brain around this logic. I see so many people be like, scored too quick, should have burned more time. I'm like, first of all, there's zero guarantee. Like, let's pretend you get the ball at the 1.
Yeah, you score.
A minute left. There's zero guarantee you're scoring a touchdown. There's zero guarantee that you don't turn the ball over. There's zero guarantee, let's pretend you do kick a field goal, that they don't go right down the field and score a touchdown, depending on who the quarterback is. Like, I remember this argument, Dallas was playing Green Bay. This was years ago, like 3 years ago. It was the game Green Bay won, last second pass. Yes. So Dallas scored with a minute 13 left. Look, I get it. You don't want Rodgers to have the ball. But that was Green Bay giving you points.
Yeah.
Giving you points. And they went up, I forget what it was. 4, I can't remember what the final was. Then Rodgers gets the ball back. Goes right down the field, scores a touchdown. Like, in my opinion, in that scenario, I know you lost, but I'd rather go through that with a chance to win.
And and to be honest, in my opinion, I think your players respect that more too, because you're more going for it than trying to. That's the trying not to lose, like, mentality in my
opinion. Kinda, yeah, I agree. We got to keep the ball from their hands. No, go score, win the game.
I think a lot of these coaches are, like, really afraid of and it's like, dude, like, but if you do it and it works, because it should fucking work, it's like a 90%. Like, you're gonna look like a genius. You're gonna look like the smart guy. I mean, I don't know, man. I think a lot of these coaches coach scared, and I get it because, dude, you can be fired in the NFL pretty quick. I mean, Peterson might get fired. You just want to
like, again, same with that Dallas scenario. What's Dallas supposed to do? Take 2 knees and then try to run the ball on 3rd down to score?
Yeah, it's stupid.
First of all, at that point, you're going backwards. 2 yards potentially, maybe back to the 5, depending on how far your quarterback takes a knee. But then I don't get it. There's so many people out there make this argument, and I can't wrap my brain around it. I can't understand the logic. The same damn thing happened at the same time in the Coastal Carolina Liberty Bowl game, and Liberty had the ball at the goal line and ran the ball. The dude fumbled. I'm like, this is why you don't do this. Either take the knee, because I think if they kicked a field, I think that's what they were wanting to do. They were wanting to kick a field goal with no time left. I get that. If that's what you want to do, fine. I can get that.
But you fumbled.
That
can happen.
Like, if you're gonna score. Like, I saw someone say, if you're gonna score. If you want to kick the field goal, Take a knee. You're at the goal line.
It's not even like you can be surprised when someone fumbles in that situation. Like, oh my God, dude, everyone on the defense is going for the ball. That's their only chance to win the game is forcing a fumble. So you think, like, the percentage has to go up significantly than like just a normal carry. You know what I mean? Like, you have, dude, if your running back gets stood up, he probably has like a 25% chance of getting stripped if he doesn't just go straight to the ground.
I think it's just a very passive, like you said, it's a very passive mentality.
Which I don't like.
Yeah, I don't either. Go score.
Yeah, go score, dude.
Nobody
will ever get mad at you for scoring, and then it like, you know what I mean? If your defense completely shits the bed that bad, like, is that really on anybody, or did somebody just make a play? You know,
it's a chance to win, like, and you'll get this argument because on the off chance that you do score a touchdown, and the other team scores and wins the game or something. Like, what am I supposed to do? Not go win the game?
Yeah.
Like, they are just giving it to you, giving you the lead. I would rather have some confidence in my defense.
Fans, I don't think. Even most fans would like that more. You know what I mean? Like, he went for the win. Like, it is what it is. Like, maybe in the playoffs you play maybe a little bit different, but like, dude, it's regular season.
Hang on. So you're telling me if this were the Super Bowl?
Oh no, I'm scoring.
Yeah, and the other team like is desperate to have the ball back with the lead, and you're at the 5-yard line, and first down at the 5-yard line. Other team, like a minute and a half on the clock. Other team is just trying to let you score. You're telling me in the Super Bowl you're gonna just run the ball like a yard, down 3 or something, or down 2 and kick a field goal? No, because a field goal still beats you, depending on how much time's on the clock.
Yeah. It always does depend on how much time's on the clock, but I
because even if you run the ball a yard, like, they can't just let the clock wind down. They have to call timeout. They have to save them some time.
Exactly. I agree.
This is the Super Bowl. Go win the fucking game.
That's odd, Coach. No doubt.
I don't know. I could talk about this a long time. I was getting into an argument. This was so bizarre. I got into an argument with my dad on when to go for 2. So we were trying to get Coastal Carolina and Liberty to go into overtime. And the scenario was, I think, Liberty was up 11. They were at 27 points. And Coastal was at 16. And I said, okay, I was trying to do the math in my head. Or maybe it was something where they had to go for 2 twice. Or no. That's not it. They were down 27-19. That's what it was. Go for 2. Or don't go for 2 that time. 27... No, you got to tie it up. I forget God damn it. I can't remember what the situation was. Basically, score a touchdown twice, but the second time, go for 2 to go up a field goal. That's what it was. It was 31-19. The score was 31-19. Score, go for 2 to make it a 3-possession game. If you don't get it, whatever. Then, if you don't get it that time, if you hold them and score again, you go for 2 again to make it 34-31.
Yeah.
That's football 101.
Yeah.
I was arguing with my dad over that. He said, don't go for 2 either time.
I think people don't go for 2 as much. Now, maybe in college it is a little bit different because an extra point is literally a gimme. I mean, it's like a 99.5. Like, dude, the NFL now, like, I'm surprised they don't go for 2 more than they do because these motherfuckers miss that shit. Dude, I see 5 misses.
Mason Crosby missed Sunday night. I was like, shit, I hope that doesn't come back to bite us.
Tell me I'm crazy. Are kickers way worse than they were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or am I crazy?
I don't think. Not in the NFL.
I think they're way worse.
I think they're money.
Maybe that's just in my head. Dude, these kickers miss everything now, dude.
I think moving the extra point back has exposed a lot of that. Maybe.
Yes. Dude, it's bad. It's pretty bad.
I don't know. But I was arguing with my dad. We were sitting there, and I said, the situation was, if Coastal scored, they would have the lead. And he was arguing, don't go for 2, just kick the extra point and go up 33-31. And I was like, why wouldn't you just go for 2 and make it 34-31?
Well, no,
and he was like, why would you go for 2? And I said, so a field goal doesn't beat you. He said, but if you don't get it, a field goal still beats you. And I was like, if you just kick an extra point, a field goal still beats you.
Dude, an extra point or a missed 2-point conversion is the same thing. That's all I would have said. So it's the benefit is obviously.
I kept trying to tell. I was like, he's like, kick the extra point. I said, why? A field goal beats you. He said, well, if you go for 2 and don't get it, a field goal still beats you. I said,
that's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. If you go for 2 and you get it, you're up 3 and a field goal doesn't beat you. If they score a touchdown, fine, tip your hat to them. Like that and the goal line shit, like, I wanted to strangle someone. I was arguing with everyone over this. I was like, no, this is football 101. Take the points and you go for 2 so a field goal doesn't beat you.
It's honestly not even, that's just math. Like, that's like math 101.
I was like, Dad, I've been watching football for almost 20 years now.
Like, dude,
every single time I've seen a team with the chance to go up, either kick the extra point and go up 2, or go for 2 to go up 3, they go for 2 to go up 3 every single time, 100%.
Yeah. Dude,
unless I will say unless it's in like the first half.
Yeah.
I should say that.
Dude, I'm still honestly, obviously you don't want to be chasing points all game, but I'm still considering going for 2.
I am too. Like I forget what game I was watching. Same thing. I'm like, go for 2. And
you don't want to chase.
Then like my brother's like, it's the first quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't care. Field goal beats you. That's where my mind's at. I was like, you can get that back. You know, if he's like, what if you don't get it? I'm like, you can get that back later.
Well, you can always adjust your game plan too. Like, you can play a lot less conservative if you need extra points at the end of the game, or more conservative if you don't, and things like that. So honestly, even if you miss dude, with how often kickers mix the extra points now, I think it's only like 80% now. Dude, 2-point conversions I think are like 55%, and you get the extra.
Yeah, I see way more converted 2-point conversions now than I do. Probably no, not converted. Extra
Dude,
points.
I'm telling you right now, if you're a good offensive coach, you should have a couple plays in your playbook that can always get you 2 yards, dude. Like, obviously, might be, you know, a sack.
It's 2 yards.
Exactly, dude. I know it's in the red zone, but like, dude, if I'm the Titans,
we need to quit acting like a 2-point conversion, like.
dude,
and I think some people do act like it. A 2-point
Especially
conversion's not that hard.
on the extra point, but like, dude, if I'm the Titans, I'm spreading 4 wide receivers out and having Derrick Henry right next to me, and I'm either, if they don't crowd the box, obviously, because they can, because I spread everyone out, like, Derrick Henry will score that 85% of the time, dude. He just has to fall forward. As long as somebody doesn't hit him, and you don't have enough time.
He's 6'3".
Dude, and he's 250 pounds, and it's like, dude, I would actually do it out of the eye. I wouldn't even do it out of the shotgun. I would literally go under center.
I've never understood why people don't spread it out more in short yardage situations.
Yeah.
Because you spread the defense out, just run the ball up the middle, spread the defense out, run the ball up the middle.
Exactly.
I don't know.
And
You
dude,
know, I get you don't get max protection, you know, or max blocking.
We're
which I
talking
get,
like
but...
X's and O's football right now, but like, yeah, I mean, if I was a coach,
and we're spending way too much time on it. I think we just think we're very passionate about this. What else happened? Is Tampa Bay being like what we thought they were at the beginning, or what we thought they'd be at the beginning of the season?
They're actually better than I thought they were going to be. I called them being like, I thought it was.
Well, I just meant their game against Detroit because they were struggling.
I think that was an anomaly. Obviously, they kicked their ass. But I think Detroit just kind of gave up. They don't really care anymore.
Detroit was without Matt Stafford, a true head coach, and an interim head coach.
Yeah,
I chalked that up to just Detroit not being prepared.
Yeah,
they didn't care. I don't think Tampa Bay's figured it out, but clearly, if you're going to get right, that's a good way to start.
Listen. You know what is encouraging to see though? Because Tom isn't playing in 20-degree weather right now. His arm is still lively as hell right now.
That is one thing I will say. With these older guys, like Drew Brees looks like he has a noodle arm. Roethlisberger looks like he has a noodle arm. Phillip Rivers has a noodle arm. Brady, though, does not. His arm is still very much like in good shape.
Because he has perfect mechanics. Those other guys do too, but he's always going to have the cannon. But dude, like his arm did start to slow down the past couple years into December, and it's like it's not. I mean, he threw for 350 yards and a half. I don't care who you're playing against.
I mentioned that to a lot of people. His numbers in December, his last 2 or 3 years in New England were not good.
I mean, dude, he had MVP campaigns until December, like 2 out of those 3 years. Mm-hmm. Like seriously. And
I say this also. Because clearly, I mean, Tampa Bay is not a wild card team you really want to play. Yeah. But I've tried to tell people, I've encouraged them, go look up Brady's numbers in the postseason when he's on the road.
No, a lot less.
I don't mean just a little bit. It's quite a drop from what his numbers were at home.
But let me tell you something, dude. and I don't even think this is close. The team I would be afraid to play the most in the entire NFC is the Bucs for the Packers. Not even close. First of all, they already kicked the shit out of you. Not that I think they're that much better than you. Two, I just think that might be a good matchup for you, or a bad matchup for you guys. I don't know why. It looks like it might be.
I mean, sure, yes, you're 100% right. Yeah. I think though, second time around, I think they're going to be more prepared.
Oh, 100%. Like I wasn't saying I think the Bucs were that.
And not to mention, like we played them in Tampa. You know, just a different situation. They got to come to Lambeau, likely on back-to-back. No, not likely. It will be back-to-back road games.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, the Seahawks don't have. I mean, dude, Aaron Rodgers is going to put up like 40 points on them. Nobody in the NFC East is doing anything. NFC South, the Saints are done, cooked.
Yeah, and people still trying to hype up the Saints. I don't see Breeze going into Lambeau.
No, he's not. And the Rams and the Seahawks.
Like, look at that snow game and look at the effect it had on Ryan Tannehill. And you're going to tell me Breeze can outdo that? And
so who are you most afraid of to play in the NFC if it's not the Bucs?
I say Seattle.
No way. Nope.
So Seattle's defense is playing a lot better. I was just about to pull this out.
They haven't. Who have they played though?
Hey, I was just about to say. So this is my other rant. So everyone is saying how Seattle's figured it out defensively.
No.
And how great they are now. This is their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 games. These are the last 7 games. Arizona with a banged up Kyler Murray. Philadelphia and Carson Wentz. The New York Giants at home without Daniel Jones. The Jets. The Washington football team without Alex Smith. And the Rams, and you're like, well, look, there's your good team. Well, the Rams stink now because Jared Goff can't throw the ball, and just doesn't look confident. I agree. I'm like, Seattle's defense is playing better. Like Chicago, I'll give them credit. I think these numbers are hella inflated.
No, they clearly are.
Yeah.
I mean,
banged up Kyler Murray, Carson Wentz, Colt McCoy, the Jets.
I mean, dude, listen, clearly,
Dwayne Haskins, who's not even on a team right now. And then a Jared Goff that's not confident at all, or who's not confident at all.
I mean, clearly you're always scared to death to play Russell Wilson. Yes. I don't care if you're on a 2-win team, but I'm going to tell you right now, dude, I think the Bucs have the best shot.
True.
Hands down.
You're right. I would agree. Because while Seattle's defense is playing better, no one's talking about how their offense stinks now. They've scored, when you excluding the game against the Jets, they have scored 28, 23, 12, 20, and 20. They're averaging 20 points a game. That's not good.
Russell Wilson has not been Superman. That much is clear.
Right now, this offense cannot go into Lambeau and outscore Aaron Rodgers after the way he played Sunday and after the way it played Sunday night.
I agree, and I think. Listen, I mean, I think that you can actually throw a real cornerback at DK Metcalf that can actually maybe stop him. And then
I don't think Jair. No, I will say I think Jair matches up very well with DK Metcalf.
I do too.
Metcalf, Jair struggles with dudes that can move and can do double moves. DK can't do that.
Yeah.
He's a straight. I'm running straight ahead, or I'm doing something across the middle. And I think Jair can cover that all day.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. And you guys can run the ball. They can't run the ball outside of Russell Wilson. I mean, Chris Carson's okay.
I think we're way overhyping Chris Carson and Seattle's
I've been said that. People had him as like a top 6 or 7 running back.
I've seen people say, "Oh, Seattle's getting healthier running back." I'm like,
He's just a guy. He's just a guy. Chris Carson is not bad. He's not good.
Like, and again, even now, I'm like, so did you see what we did to Derrick Henry?
Yeah, seriously, in the snow, in a game that you knew he was going to be getting the ball. So
Tennessee. Let's talk about Tennessee for a second. That we can go back to that, but Tennessee, I'm shocked by that performance. Of all the Southern teams, I was like, Mike Vrabel's going to show up in the snow.
You said it, dude. You said it best. It didn't look like they wanted to be there after the first couple drives. It just didn't. I saw, once I saw the snow, and I even saw like Rodgers' face in the snow, and I was worried. And I know, I think the snow was blowing in his eyes because he kept kept wincing. I was like, man, he looks like he's crying out there.
And, then, like, he dumps the ball to Davante Adams on the first play of the series for, like, a first down. And, first drive, I'm like, okay, we're in good shape.
Yeah.
Then we stop Tennessee, their first drive. We get the ball back, score. And I'm like, this could be over right now.
Yeah.
Like, if they can't give the ball to Derrick Henry, this game might be over.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what happened, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I like I said, they did not look like they wanted to be there. Once it was 14-0 and Tannehill threw that pick to, I think it was Savage, or maybe that might have been the 19th when it was.
I mean, dude, just look at it. Like, look, Tannehill, Texas boy, Derrick Henry, Alabama boy, AJ Brown, Mississippi boy. Dude, they wanted no parts of that shit. Like, none of them are used to playing football in that. They played in the SEC or the Big 12. Like, they just.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Green Bay, and I know that they're used to Green Bay, but Rodgers is from California. Davante Adams is from California. Eldon Jenkins is from Mississippi. Jair Alexander's from North Carolina.
They live there, though.
I know, you're right.
Like, that's, like, obviously, dude, like, you're still in the cold. I'm sure, like, Davante Adams doesn't want to be in Wisconsin in 0-degree weather, but he does live there. Like, he knows what it feels like in January to go outside and do shit. Like, dude, people from, like, Florida that come up and Texas and shit, like, dude, they have no idea what 0-degree weather is even close to like.
I have lived in Green Bay, Wisconsin in the winter. It's by far the coldest I've ever experienced. It's miserable.
You're in Canada, like, yeah, dude, I'm good.
It does. So, like I said this to my friends because they wanted to hammer the under of that game once it started snowing, and I thought, no, I think it's the over's still very much in play, and I don't remember if it hit or not. It might have.
I don't think it probably did. I don't know what it was, but
I'm not sure it did. I think it was like 56, and it was at 54.
Okay.
Maybe it did go down, but they wanted to hit the under. And I was like, no, I think the over's in play. They're like, why? It's a blizzard. I was like, well, first of all, Green Bay doesn't really get blizzards.
Yeah.
Blizzards.
Yeah.
Because blizzards imply it's like something with the weather and wind.
Yeah.
Green Bay doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Blizzard's slightly different. And also with Green Bay, it doesn't snow that much at one time.
Yeah.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Problem with Green Bay is it's so cold.
All the time. Snowing all the time.
The snow stays there. Like, it doesn't go away. It doesn't melt. The snow stays there, and it turns to ice. Then also, within a few days, it snows again. Same thing. It freezes over. A few days later, it snows. Like, that's Green Bay. It doesn't snow 16 inches in one night. It snows 2, 3, 4, maybe. Not that much. But then it freezes over.
And then a couple days
later, it snows again. Like, I remember being in the parking lot in Lambeau Field, because we'd go eat there sometimes, and there would be a mountain of snow.
Just that takes to the middle of summer.
Like, there's nothing they can do with it. There's literally nothing they can do with it. Until it turns about April or May, and they just dump it in the Green Bay. Like, there's nothing they can do with it, because even then, Green Bay's frozen.
Yeah. Yep.
So they just pile it up.
I never want to go there. No offense, Shane.
Hey, nothing wrong with Green Bay. Just the weather. Just the weather.
Nowhere
fucking sucks. Let's talk about something where we disagree with, and we actually got kind of heated in our text message exchange. Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh, yeah. Can we read my list of shit that I sent?
Yeah, you were blowing up my phone.
That's the only argument I need. I sent him like 12 text messages in a row just because I wanted to compartmentalize the thoughts. I didn't want to make
and don't get me wrong. I totally get. I think we're both in the same situation. I think we get where the other person's coming from. So I sent you my power rankings, and I didn't end up kind of going with this, but I had the Chiefs at 3.
Yeah.
And that pissed you off a lot, and you were like, Chiefs, I'll just read it off. Chiefs are not at 3. I said, dude, they haven't won by more than 6 points since playing the Jets on November 1st. And then this is when you just sent it all off. I don't care about anything. They're new text, like I'm going to pause after every single time, because that'll emphasize the text messages that you sent. I don't care about anything. They're 14-1. Best head coach in the playoffs. Best quarterback. 2 great pass rushers. Run game. Short and long pass game. Fastest receiver. Best tight end. Home field. Stop it. Defending champs. 27 of their last 28 games won.
That's all I need right there. Thank you.
So you sent me out, however many that is, about 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Then I said, in all caps, I don't disagree. Like, I don't. I'm not disagreeing with you. The problem is they're just not putting it together right now. Like, that's the issue right now.
And here's where I'm at on it, because I do agree with you. Obviously, they could look better. But
Yes.
I think, and let me finish the thought because I do have some, but like I think they're literally bored. I think they're bored because they're that much better, unless they play the Packers.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, that's somewhat true because when they played the Bucs, they showed up.
So I'm thinking they can flip a switch. Now, what I wanted to add to that is, dude, I understand that in football more than any other sport, dude, that is the most dangerous mentality to have. Is that I can flip a switch.
The fact that they did it last year, 3 straight games.
Yeah.
Was shocking.
It makes them seem unbeatable, dude.
And, like, I don't want to say it can't happen because they literally just did it last year.
Yeah.
But the odds of it happening 2 straight years, I think has to be. It's the odds of it happening in and of itself are astronomical. You factor that in 2 years in a row, I can't even begin to imagine what the odds are.
I mean, listen, man. They had, like I already told you, dude, they have.
They got all the pieces. They got all the pieces.
Dude, they got the best coach and the best quarterback. I just don't see them losing. I'm sorry, man. Like, if there is a team that I think will even come in the stratosphere beating them, it is the Packers. I'll give you that.
So this is what I think. And I genuinely believe
or the Bills. I think the Bills have a shot, too, if Josh Allen has one of those fucking, like, 400-yard, 4 TD
Let's go ahead and break down the AFC then. So the Chiefs, I'll say it right now, I think it's a huge mistake to bench starters this week with the way they've been playing.
Same. Can we do something real quick? Can we look at our division predictions? Because that's pretty much set now. It obviously won't be till after Sunday, but I want to see how accurate I was.
I don't think I kept a record of that.
Get mine.
I know mine. I don't remember yours.
It's all right. No worries.
We can try AFC East. I think we both picked Buffalo.
Yeah. I was gonna say for most I could probably pick. I just don't know what I did. I know I picked the Browns as one of the
AFC North. I'm pretty sure we both picked Baltimore to win the division.
I definitely did.
AFC South. I believe you picked. I think we both picked Indianapolis.
Yeah, we did.
And AFC West. We had to have both picked Kansas City.
Yeah.
Then the 3 wild cards. I believe in no order. I believe you had the Browns. I don't think you had the Patriots.
The Titans.
I think you might have had the Titans. I think I had the Texans. I know I had the Texans, but I don't think you did. That's what I meant. I don't think you had anyone in the AFC West.
Oh, Browns, Titans, Pittsburgh. That's what I had.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Mine were the same, and then Steelers, Broncos, and Texans. I really whiffed on the last 2.
Right. I mean, obviously we won't know because Cleveland might not make it and shit, but I think I'll have all the teams right.
Yeah.
Should be.
NFC. I believe we both picked the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, did.
NFC North. I think I talked you out of it, but I believe what you originally thought. I think we ended up both going Green Bay.
No, I did. I was giving you shit that I wanted to go the Vikings, but I did.
Yeah. NFC South, I believe we both went with the Saints. Mm-hmm. The only one that might have been different was the NFC West.
I had the Seahawks, and I think you had the Rams, which was pretty impressive.
No, I had the Niners. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, shit, maybe that's what it was. I had the Seahawks.
I had the 49ers. I know that much. Then the wild cards, I believe
I had Philly.
Did you have Philly?
Yes. Philly, Tampa Bay.
I thought you had Arizona and Minnesota and Tampa.
I think I had Arizona, Tampa Bay, and Philly. I'm pretty sure.
I know I had Philly. I thought you weren't on the Philly train.
Hey, I'm pretty sure I had Philly as a wild.
Maybe you did have Arizona, and I talked you out of it.
I think I did have Arizona because I really liked them this year, especially because they got D-Hop, and I was like, bro, like they're there. They're gonna win 9 or 10 games.
Maybe it was Minnesota you wanted to go with, and I talked you out of.
I didn't go. No, it was Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think you're right because it wasn't the Cardinals. Because I remember we were talking about how we think the Cardinals are going to be good, but it was too good of a division.
Yeah, I don't think you had the Cardinals.
No, I didn't. I think I might have had the Vikings, which was still wrong. So
yeah, I think you had Bucks, Vikings, and probably the Eagles.
I might have to go back a few months and try to find that in one of the episodes.
Yeah. I think you either had the Cardinals or the Eagles. I don't remember, but you had to have had the Bucks, and we both just said the Vikings. But the Chiefs. Back to the Chiefs. There are some teams. I'll say right now, I think it's a huge mistake for them to rest starters, and I don't know if they will. I haven't seen anything yet.
Patrick Mahomes is sitting.
Is he? I didn't see that. I think that's a huge mistake. This offense is already kind of out of sync. Defensively, they're not playing well in the red zone. And there's one team right now that hasn't clinched a spot, but I guarantee you no one wants to play them in the playoffs, and that's the Baltimore Ravens.
No, 100%. This is what I think. I don't...
Because I think right now the bracket could shift to where, like, Kansas City's not playing well.
Yeah.
They rest their starters, then they get an extra bye week. Then you look at a team like Baltimore, who's insanely hot right now, wins in the wild card round, which I think they'll do, goes to Kansas City and pulls off an upset. I think we're setting up for that.
No.
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm not saying like I'd be 50-50 on it, but I think we could be setting up for that.
Listen, you definitely don't want to rest your starters because they're going to get rest.
Let's talk about that. If we're going to talk about X's and O's and shit at the situational football, I want to go ahead and say I'm not a fan of resting starters.
I'm a fan of resting quarterbacks.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not. I shouldn't even have said resting. I'm a fan of sitting quarterbacks when it's. Dude, you can't. Dude, if Patrick Mahomes twisted his ankle in Week 17 when they were clinched, dude. Andy Reid, even though he's the best coach, they would literally consider firing him. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. They'd be like, we might have to fire this guy.
I would agree.
That's where it's coming from. I get it, though. You got to take that risk with every other player on the field, though, because you can't risk them just getting out of rhythm. Like, with the quarterback, dude, you don't want him to get out of rhythm. But, dude, you just have to sit there and be like, listen, I can't get Patrick Mahomes hurt. I'm going to have to sit here and gamble on the fact that he could turn it on. Probably against there's a chance that it's going to be not a very good, it could not be the Ravens. It could be, it could be the Browns, and they kick the shit out of them. You know what I mean? So who knows? But I get it, dude. There's no way I'm playing Patrick Mahomes that week. But I'm not sitting, I'm not sitting Frank Clark. I'm not sitting running back. I'm not sitting Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce or my tackles or my O-line at all. Like, they're playing. Listen, if it's second half, we're up, or even if we're down, like, I'll let you guys out, but you guys got to play.
I always thought, like, keep them in the game, even if you've clinched the division. Can't do anything, like, a situation where a loss doesn't hurt you and a win doesn't help you. Yeah. Which is what happens when you rest starters at the end of the year. I've always thought play them and just keep it very vanilla.
Yeah.
Like, don't rush anything. Just.
You've seen Friday Night Lights, right?
No, I have not. The movie? Wait, the movie or the TV show?
The movie, not the TV. Fuck the TV show.
I believe I've seen that all the way through.
First of all, best football movie ever made. Go watch it right now if you don't know. So you clearly haven't seen it, or you would know.
It's been like a decade.
Let me put it to you that way. Second of all, that's what Coach Gaines thought until Boobie Miles went in and tore his ACL when he didn't have to, and then they couldn't win state.
I know if Boobie Miles played, they win state. I'm not disputing that. I know that much about the movie. I think I even tweeted that out after I saw the movie.
So we literally were watching it last night. That's the reason I brought it up. But they had Mike Winchell wearing like 22, dude. And it just still bothers me to this day.
Quarterback.
Yeah,
that I can't. No.
It was real though. Like, that's literally the number he wore. Like in high school. It's
weird. I forget who it was. Shea Patterson did that at Ole Miss.
Dude, he must have played both ways or something. Like, maybe Winchell played both ways and he was like a safety too.
Wear a single-digit number as a quarterback, which is what quarterbacks wear sometimes.
Or at least a teen. Like, dude.
Or a teen, yeah. And then when you're on defense, you have a boss number.
Yeah, no, agreed, dude. I love the college players who play like safety and they're like number 3.
Yeah.
Shit is so fire. Or wide receiver and they're like number 1. Fire.
This is totally off topic, but WVU hands that out to kids when they're freshmen, and I hate that. I want you to work for that. Yeah. So I want you, if you're a true freshman, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a 5-star, 4-star, whatever. You're gonna be, if you're a safety, you're gonna wear like 42.
28.
Yeah, like something that's not a cool number.
Yeah.
Then when you're an upperclassman, or if you're an All-American your first year, then you can change it. You've earned it.
Well, What was your number in football?
53.
You're a lineman, so I'm sure you're in the 70s.
It was 53.
53. Good number. Like that number.
I liked it.
I was fine.
It was better. They wanted to give me 96, and I didn't like that.
No, 96 is sweet, too.
Well,
Exactly.
it's the inverse of 69, so I was worried.
Back of the head to ass.
So anyway, we disagree on the Chiefs. I don't like the way this team is trending, though.
I mean, that's fair. Honestly, dude, I think
there's 3 teams in the playoffs that can beat the Chiefs and the AFC.
Let me put it to you this way:
and 2 of them haven't even clinched yet.
If they end up losing, that's going to be what people say. People are going to say, "Dude, they kind of took it for granted all year. They should have listened." Dude,
this
it's the
just
NFL.
doesn't seem like I know they're 14-1, chance to be 15-1 or 14-2. I know the weapons they have. This just does not seem like a repeat champ to me. It doesn't.
Definitely to me. I think they're better than last year.
They scored 17 against Atlanta at home and needed a last-second field goal, I'm pretty sure, to win.
Yeah.
I know Atlanta's playing a little better, but
I'm going to tell you right now, Andy Reid is just one of the best.
like, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna have a hard time picking against Kansas City in the playoffs. Do not get me wrong. This just does not strike me, and I might still pick them to win, but I'm not confident in it.
Yeah.
I'm just picking based off talent.
It's not what it was like 8 or 9 weeks ago when it was a shoe-in. I get what you're saying.
Did the Steelers figure things out? Like I said with
I'm glad they
it's
stopped.
a good start, but this was 21-7, 24-7.
I'm glad they stopped like the absolute free fall descent that they
Yeah.
were on. I mean, they were losing every game that they played, so it's like it's cool that they kind of stopped it, but it's not like they went like right back up. You know what I mean?
This is again them and the Bills. I'm not a fan of them sitting starters, and I don't think they are. I know Big Ben's sitting out.
You don't set Josh Allen. You don't set
Yeah.
the Bills. They're not that type of player. That's what I'm saying, dude. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes, like those players sit. Dude, you don't set Josh Allen. He's not there yet.
If you're Pittsburgh and Buffalo, you have something on the line this week. I know it's not a bye week, but it's still a 2 seed.
Yeah.
You can get 2 home games in, and those are crucial. Like I don't get. Some people have talked about not having a bye, just shrugging it off. I'm like, you get a home game. Home games are what are like. That's the name of the game, to quote Dennis Reynolds.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if like Tennessee upsets Kansas City in the divisional round, dude, the 2 seed is home field all the way through the playoff. You know what I mean? To the Super Bowl.
That's what I'm saying. You want that home game. You want as many home games as possible.
Yeah.
I don't like that logic. Steelers have apparently punted on it. I don't have a huge problem with it because Big Ben does the whole team does look tired.
I think Tomlin's like, dude, my only shot is if Big Ben sets like for 2 weeks and just gets better. Like, he's been in the NFL for what, like 17 years?
Yeah, that one I can kind of get, but if I'm Buffalo, I'm gunning for that 2 seed.
No shot. I'm setting Josh Allen. Dude, Josh Allen, like, as good as Josh Allen has been this year, he's still not good enough to give the benefit. Dude, you rush Josh Allen, who knows he comes out in a week and is just fucking garbage. Like, he still has that in him. He's still a young player who, I'm not going to sit here and act like he completely fixed his accuracy issues. I just think he, worked on his mechanics. He's doing way better with it. Like, he could easily have a terrible game. Easily. Very terrible game. He could have a 3 or 4 pick game and out of nowhere. So, no shot I'm sitting him.
Yeah, I agree. We've pretty much talked about everyone. You want to just do some picks now?
Yeah. And hold on, I have a question for you before picks because that's what I'm doing. I need some movie recommendation. Give me a sick movie recommendation. What's a good movie you saw lately?
You talking like this year? I haven't seen any movies.
It doesn't have to be that, dude. Any good
movie theaters haven't even been open this year.
1975. If it's a cool movie, I haven't seen.
So
what's your favorite movies?
Well, Gladiator's number 1.
I love Gladiator. Might have to
like all my favorite movies. I guarantee you've seen.
Maybe not.
So I'll say this: we talked about Christopher Nolan the other day. Have you seen Tenet yet?
I haven't, but I really want to watch it, but I also don't until I'm like ready because it's like I heard you have to watch it like 3 times, and I really don't feel like doing that right now. Yeah,
like I've been trying to watch it, but like I can't do it while I'm working.
Yeah,
and it's like next thing I know, I get off at midnight. Then it's a 2.5 hour movie. I'll be in bed by 3. I just can't find the right time for it.
And I want to watch it multiple times. So,
I'm trying to think what else. I recently finished the book, and I bought the movie, but I've already kind of seen the movie, which was Hunt for Red October.
I know that movie. I have seen that.
So you have seen that? Okay, never mind then. I do have a ton of movies on my Amazon account. Oh, I know what you need to watch.
What?
Star Wars. You said yourself you don't know anything about Star Wars.
No, I don't. I don't know anything about Star Wars.
Well, there's one thing. I'll just name off some of the movies I bought on Amazon. All the President's Men.
Yeah.
A Few Good Men.
Good movie.
I bet you've seen Deadpool, Deadpool 2, Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Lone Survivor, The Nice Guys. Have you seen that one? That's not bad.
With Ryan Reynolds, yeah, I might. Yeah. I'm gonna look through, but I honestly do want to watch the Star Wars things. I might consider watching that.
That's what I think you need to watch.
All right.
Let's go with. Do you have a Disney Plus account?
I do.
What the fuck are we talking about? Watch the original trilogy.
I'm not a fan, man. I'm just not a fan of Star Wars.
You said yourself you need to watch Star Wars.
I'm sure I could respect it a lot more if I watched it. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I know all the characters. I'm not as into it as like I love Lord of the Rings, love Game of Thrones, love. It's pretty much it because I don't like Harry Potter either. I haven't seen any of the Harry Potter movies except the first one. That's what I should watch.
If you're into Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings, you would think you'd like Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's get to picks.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
All right, so we're gonna start things off with some real uncertainty here. Dolphins at Bills. Bills only a 1.5 point favorite.
Is Josh Allen starting? Or
I can't find anything. All I saw is Sean McDermott saying we have a plan. It's Wednesday though. That line is telling me that I wouldn't expect Josh Allen to play, maybe. I feel like this should be at least a field goal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, a field goal in favor of Buffalo. And it's 1.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna still go Buffalo. Nah, you know what? No, I'm going Buffalo. Dude, they want that 2 seed. Don't get me wrong. They want that 2 seed.
I've gone back and forth. I originally said Buffalo. Then I thought, well, Vegas must have something we don't with that line. But with Roethlisberger sitting, I think Buffalo has to play Josh Allen. You need that 2 seed to get that second home game.
And it's not like an easy team where they can just maybe trot out
I agree. Like, Dolphins are going to give you their best shot, and I don't care. I saw people try to make the argument like if Green Bay locks up the division or the home field, you sit your starters against Chicago, who has a chance to make the playoffs. I was like, if I'm, if your division rival has a chance to make the playoffs, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a team a third time potentially.
Exactly. No, I wouldn't.
Like, I wouldn't. And same thing here. I don't want to see if I'm Buffalo, I don't want to see Miami in the playoffs.
No.
But that's me. That's our way of thinking. Ravens at Bengals. Ravens are a 11.5 point favorite.
Ravens are going to absolutely thrash them.
Yeah, Ravens are on fire. I gotta go Ravens here. Vikings at Lions. I've read no Dalvin Cook though.
Yeah, no Dalvin Cook. His father passed away. I'll still go Vikings, dude.
Yeah, Lions look horrible.
Don't have a shot, dude.
Lions, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. So I forgot. Last week you added to your lead. You finished 10-6. I finished 9-7. So we have the same exact picks right now. I need to really make up ground this week if I want to win. Because all we have is the Super Bowl. Like I don't do this shit for playoff games.
Yeah.
I don't count that. All right, Jets at Patriots. Patriots are a 3-point favorite.
Dude, I think the Jets are going to win.
Damn it! I was hoping you would go Pats.
Yeah,
because the Jets. That was one I kind of like the Jets in this one.
The young player, because you know at the end of the year when you're terrible, you're playing a lot of young players. Like, dude, they got some swagger right now. They
do have some swagger. New England's offense has been terrible. I think Cam Newton is probably going to be benched this game. He was already benched last game. Mm-hmm. Veteran, I say they're going to throw Stidham out there, see what they have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be shocked if they don't.
Yep.
But I was hoping you'd go Pats. That was the game I had circled, thinking I might make up ground. Cowboys at Giants. Cowboys are a 3-point favorite.
I think the Cowboys won. The Giants aren't very good. The Cowboys are actually pretty hot. So
Cowboys are pretty hot. Giants offense has been garbage. Like they're averaging like 12 points per game in their last 5 or 6. I gotta go Cowboys.
Yeah.
Falcons at Bucks. Bucks a 6.5-point favorite. I'll be honest. I think the Falcons might pull it off here. Falcons have been playing a little, like, pretty well.
No, I agree. Dude, I feel like they've just had really bad implosions at the end of games. They haven't played bad in a lot of games they played this whole year until the end. But I still got to go Tampa Bay there.
Yeah.
I can't, dude. I'm done betting on the Falcons. I'm just done. I'm not doing it anymore. Fuck them.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'll go Bucks here. I think they're a little more buttoned up now. They played better. They'll have some confidence going into this week. All right, Packers at Bears. Packers are a 5.5-point favorite. This line started at 4, I believe, before the Tennessee game. It's already shifted to 5.5.
Pack.
Yeah. The Bears are better, but I'm always worried about games.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm never super confident.
I'm never that confident in a game. You know, I guarantee we win. I'm never like that, especially in the NFL. But I'm probably as confident as I can be in this game. There's always that inkling in the back of my mind that's like, Bears might pull it off. That defense is pretty good. Trubisky might make some plays. But I'm like, after that performance Sunday night, I just don't see that happen. Jags at Colts. Colts 14-point favorite.
Colts need that game bad. So
They do.
Colts.
And Jags have already locked up the number 1 pick. So
But
they
dude,
don't need
they
to
mailed
lose.
it. They mailed it in. They're the worst team.
They're done.
So what's the point?
I saw a tweet on Sunday that Schefter, I believe, said that the Jaguars' GM job and coaching job are now popular among candidates. And well, first of all, hang on. I looked at that and I looked around the room and I was like, Doug Marone's still coaching. It's like they still have a coach for now.
Yeah,
it's not like they have an interim.
No, I agree, dude. You're basically getting handed Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of draft picks. You still have there's still a couple good players left. DJ Chark's a good player. Josh Allen's a good player. I mean, they
have some pieces.
Players.
Yeah.
Dude, if they can get a good GM in there and I mean, they can pretty much probably pick their coach. I think it's one of the better, besides the Chargers, because that's going to be open too.
I don't know. Anthony Lynn might be keeping his job.
Nope. No shot.
Where was I? All right, speaking of the Chargers. Chargers at Chiefs. Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite without, I guess, Mahomes playing. Maybe a few other players.
Yeah, I'll go Chargers.
I like the Chargers as well. They're playing a little better. Winning close games. I don't really know what to expect from the Chiefs without Mahomes. All right. Here's kind of a toss-up. Cardinals, even though there's a lot of stuff on the line this week, like, these games really aren't that good.
Yeah, they're not.
Cardinals at Rams. Cardinals are a 2-point favorite. Jared Goff not playing for the Rams. Kyler Murray is uncertain. Or, I think for the Cardinals.
I'd still go Cardinals regardless.
I don't even know who the backup for the Cardinals is.
Sean McVay has never lost to the Cardinals, so I don't know.
Well, it's happening this week.
Yeah, I'll go Cardinals.
I don't trust the Rams right now. Maybe they get a spark without Goff, who is not playing well. But I'm going to go Cardinals. But especially if Kyler Murray plays. If he doesn't, that's going to be an ugly game. Seahawks at 49ers. I kind of like the Niners.
No, I'll go Seahawks.
What am I going to go with? We have 4 games left to pick outside of this one. I got to make up some ground here, potentially. I'll take the upset and go Niners.
I don't know, Shane.
Hey, Kyle Shanahan.
You know what? Yeah, I don't hate that.
Kyle Shanahan could, dial something up. They looked better last week. Robert Salah against a struggling Seattle offense. I like the 49ers' chances.
Good
I'll
point.
say. Saints at Panthers. Saints are a 6.5-point favorite. This is another one. I kind of like the dog.
I'll go Saints, but
Yeah.
I honestly think the Panthers can win that game.
I do too. I'm on the same page as you. I like the Saints. I would not be shocked at all if the Panthers won. Defense has played well the last 2 weeks, but Saints have a lot of talent. They need, like, they're going to be playing guys because they need that 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Saints to, like, win by a field goal.
Yeah, I do think it's super close, and I think it's low scoring too.
Yep. Titans at Texans. Titans a 7.5-point favorite.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans need to win the division. Who are they playing? Texans. I think I've read Deshaun Watson isn't playing, or maybe that's just a rumor.
He might not, though. There's no point.
Yeah. All right. Sunday Night Football, Washington at Eagles. Washington right now just a 1.5-point favorite.
Eagles are going to win, man. Fucking idiots, dude. I hate them.
Are we sure Alex Smith is playing? I've heard that the last 2 weeks.
I'm like pretty sure he's playing, and if he plays, they don't have a shot. They're lost. But I heard that they also could play this fucking guy that is like has never played in the NFL before.
Henneke?
So, yeah.
He played last week.
Oh shit. Okay.
They benched Haskins.
Yeah. So that guy. If that guy.
I like the Eagles too. Eagles haven't been playing bad.
No, they haven't. Since Jalen Hurts came in, they've been playing well. I mean, they've lost, and that's just a testament to how bad the roster is.
But I know they lost to Dallas, but Dallas is playing a little bit better. They almost beat the Cardinals. They did beat the Saints.
And that game was a lot closer than the score indicated, in my opinion.
Okay, I would believe that.
They scored twice late at the end that were, just kind of made it look really bad. But
Washington's kind of slipping. I don't know who's. Even if Alex Smith goes out there, he's probably going to be hobbling.
Yeah.
Game of the week, Steelers at Browns. This is only the game of the week because of records, but Steelers at Browns. Browns are a 10-point favorite.
Really?
Mm-hmm. No Roethlisberger.
Oh yeah. I'm going Browns then.
Yeah, Browns need the win. Steelers are resting guy, or just Roethlisberger maybe. But I think the Browns are going to be pissed off because Mason Rudolph is going to be playing with the whole Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett thing last year. And they're going to be pissed off because losing to the Jets. I think they're going to be more buttoned up this week.
Yeah.
So let's break this down here. Let's just pretend what you say comes to fruition. We pretty much have the same picks but one. The Packers would get home field advantage if they beat the Bears. If the Bills beat the Dolphins, I believe that would knock the Dolphins out.
Yep, it does.
And then it would be a three-way tie between Ravens, Colts, and Browns, who we all have winning.
Yep.
So in that scenario, I believe the Ravens would get the 5 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Because they beat the Browns twice and they beat the Colts. The Browns would get the 6 seed because they beat the Colts. I think that's how it would work. Mm-hmm. Now, in the NFC, Packers get the 1 seed. Saints keep the 2. Seahawks probably keep the 3. In our scenario, Cowboys get the 4 seed. They would play the Bucks in the first round. Then the 6 and the 7 seed, I believe, would come down to the Rams and the Cardinals.
Really?
Is that right? Because the Rams right now are 9 and 6. That would be 9 and 7.
No, the Bears.
No, the Bears we have losing them. They'd be 8 and 8.
Oh, okay.
The Rams would be 9 and 6. A loss would be 9 and 7. Cardinals are 8 and 7. A win would make them 9 and 7.
Okay.
I think it would be a Rams or Cardinals. I don't know how the tiebreaker would shake out there. All right, so that's what we would have. Interesting. All right, man. I'll let you go. Were you not working today, I guess?
No, I'm off this week.
The whole week. Wow. Must be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, but I didn't ask. How was your Christmas?
It was all right.
It was all right? What did you get?
Not much, man.
Not much? I tell you what, I got
My
these
girlfriend
new...
got me my girlfriend got me some Beats headphones and some new Ray-Bans, though. That was pretty cool.
I got this new... My dad hooked us up with this new, grooming company.
Really?
I say grooming, but...
So they send you shit, monthly?
No, not like that. But... I think you can, actually. But, they do, soaps and deodorants and stuff, like an Old Spice.
Mm-hmm.
But like the soaps that they do are like it's like they market for like Ron Swanson people, like man's men.
Yeah.
So like the soaps that he got me are like outdoor smells.
Yeah.
So the one I'm using right now is called Leaf and Leather. Like it's tobacco leaf and the scent of leather. Another one is Fresh Cut Pine and Midnight Swim. And what was the other one? Oh, the other one was Campfire. I do want to use that one.
Campfire.
So yeah, that's the smells I have. I ordered what they call a solid cologne.
Yeah.
Which is like a beard balm, but like you put it on your chest, I guess. But I look forward to it. I'm very impressed so far. I smell really good.
That's it. Send me the name of the company.
Duke. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Duke Cannon is what they're called. It's based in Minneapolis.
Sweet.
All right, my man. I'll let you go.
All right, brother. Later.